Jamie Foxx, our considerations are with him totally insane circumstance throughout the a long time with Jamie's well-being. Have you heard anything about his circumstance? I mean, I've heard things yet. I wouldn't you realize I believe I'm very lucky to have the relationship that I have with Jamie. Hello everybody, it's your number one tattle young lady back with some delicious news. Every one of the gatherings that P. Diddy had tossed appear to not be sufficient to make individuals close-lipped regarding the dearly held secrets Kevin Hart at last accepts that whatever Jamie Foxx has against Diddy would ultimately corrupt the music, muggle's influence, and notoriety oak. Not that his standing is flawless in the first place, yet Kevin being somebody who has been in the business for quite a while too most certainly knows a ton of obscure things about various specialists. And Celeste, for this situation, man, you realize you simply need the person to escape the circumstances and get back home. You realize I don't have a clue about the subtleties, or the specific subtleties concerning what's happening. Yet as far as anyone is concerned, there is a ton of movement, now we as a whole, that Jamie and Kevin has been old buddies, too very much like Diddy and Jamie. So for what reason is Jamie unexpectedly attempting to uncover Diddy? Gracious golly. We realize that this multitude of gatherings will ultimately blow up at Puffy. Come on, this could have been a custom for himself and the visitors that are eager to be welcomed, yet not every person is content with Diddy's justification behind coordinating these celebrations. This was all fun until an ever-increasing number of individuals began to discuss the repulsions that go away from public scrutiny. And every one of the frightening things that Diddy is compelling a portion of his visitors to do, particularly youthful gifts who are looking for his assistance. You unquestionably heard the report about Fox's hospitalization, and a ton of hypotheses are truly circumventing about the genuine motivation behind why he had a health-related crisis. Evidently, somebody was behind the setbacks, and a few fans are truly pointing fingers at Diddy. This was not whenever that Diddy first was blamed for something like this, yet the man has influence and impact to make him unapproachable too. For what other reason do you think he can escape every one of the debates, despite the fact that individuals have verifications about a portion of their cases? I surmise that is the influence of cash then. At that point, yet as I have referenced a ton of craftsmen, and surprisingly, the individuals who worked with Diddy before are all additionally daring to oppose him despite the fact that they know the risks of culpable. The terrible kid executive, some of you could recall how could he was additionally connected with the demise of both famous Huge and Tupac up to this point. The policing stayed silent about the allegation, yet quality arrangement, Puffy's previous guardian, has uncovered this chance. And presently Kevin Hart is joining the pattern and is likewise sharing his contemplations on how hazardous can Puff be, particularly assuming that you have proof that could destroy his standing. Kevin and Jamie were not actually BFFs, yet these two go way back, and as of late Kevin even referenced Jamie's condition in the midst of his well-being alarm, saying the bonehead thing is he's getting better in his circumstance. And everyone's requests, everyone's affection, energy, everything that stuff is seen and felt. He included this case. You simply believe that the person should escape what is going on and get back home. I've heard things. I'm exceptionally lucky to have the relationship with Jamie that I can mind things there tight because of reasons pretty much where he is on the grounds that James forever been a confidential individual. The numbskull thing is that he's getting better in this present circumstance. And you realize everyone's requests, everyone's adoration, energy, everything that stuff is seen and fells. So even his industry companions are unsure on what his state is correct now. We can't fault the family, however, for hushing up about things, yet one thing is without a doubt. This is getting more significant than what we have all normal as per Kevin Hart. In the event that there is somebody who wouldn't be cheerful when Jamie gets better, it would be Diddy. Clearly, Jamie knows such a large number of things about Puffy that he is getting apprehensive that he will hold against him, and drop a few succulent insights concerning the music magnate later on. as a whole realize this person is obscure. Yet nothing has been truly demonstrated against him. Well, that was not on the grounds that he is truly not at legitimate fault for everything except it has something to do with his influence, cash, and impact. Yet what might this disclosure, at some point, be that is making Diddy tense about the Oscar champ's recuperation? A few fans are saying that Jamie could uncover Diddy's sexuality. Come on, I genuinely don't feel that Puff thinks often about that any longer. A ton of different craftsmen, including 50 Penny and Wendy Williams, have addressed this subject. This is somewhat of a loosely held bit of information as of now, and his sexuality is unimportant on the grounds that what is more stressing is the way that Puff is going after youthful gifts. Rumors from far and wide suggest that he would drive him to do foul things that are clearly despite their desire to the contrary, before Puff offers them an arrangement or assists them with their music. The most of these young men, very much like how he guided I Bet that anything that Jane has against Diddy is an option that could be greater than this. If you have any desire to know how obscure Diddy and are the things he can do that ensure that you are, as of now, bought into our feed to get the most recent updates and most sizzling tea about your most loved celebs. To now returning to the video, a few speculations were very fascinating. Greatly has a whole expertise. Much Diddy cherishes his gatherings that he would burn through huge number of dollars just to accumulate individuals from various ventures. And Jamie had the mix-up of referencing this in a video fans, except that Foxx has a clasp of a few dreadful things that occur away from public scrutiny. And Diddy's hoedowns to say that these occasions are epic is putting it mildly to be welcomed. In one would be a distinction to some too, in light of the fact that enormous characters are in many cases going to this. And since Puff was the person who arranges these, and who made these get-togethers, potential his standards ought to be observed. Or, in all likelihood, he will get disheartened in you, and would conceivably lash out at you for turning him during these time. More rappers are getting tired of Puffy's impersonation, in light of the fact that a large number of them accept that this is only a snare. They imagine that Diddy is just welcoming these men to make sure he can bait them to him, and in the end compel them to do unfathomable things. James is many times present in these gatherings, so odds are he truly realizes what continues. And what is Puff's motivation for going extra only for a party? Yet some would imagine that these two had been companions for quite a while too, so it would be unimaginable for him to hurt James. Gracious, come on, this is Diddy we are discussing. He generally thinks often about his standing alone. For the previous years, James has been extremely faithful to Diddy. He never uncovered Diddy of anything, and had stayed silent pretty much every one of the discussions being tossed at Puff. Large numbers of Jamie's fans were shocked that somebody is attempting to disrupt his vocation and making the most of his flow well-being status to cut him down. This person is adored by numerous by the fans, as well as by his kindred entertainers, to believe that somebody would need to hurt a hero like him. Doesn't check out. Even Kevin Hart was cautious with his assertion about Jamie's well-being update. These individuals, Jamie's loved ones, all appear to have a conventional reaction about his condition. Add to the way that their assertions are somewhat unexpected, in light of the fact that somebody would agree that he is as of now getting better, while some would contact people in general to appeal to God for him, as though he is still in a hazardous circumstance. His family should likewise be keeping calm, since there are reports that the police went to James in light of the fact that he was guaranteeing that somebody needs him dead. We don't be aware, without a doubt, who this is. Nevertheless, the individual is surely strong to pull off such feud against the star Kevin Hart. However, accepts that this has something to do with Diddy's wild gatherings. There should be something else to the hypothesis, more unpleasant subtleties of the things that these individuals do in such get-togethers. Perhaps Diddy doesn't need anybody affirming his sexuality, and how he makes the most of young men. Since then, he would never again be viewed as a playboy and womanizer. That he is making a respectable attempt to depict once more this issue is something other than him being closeted. He can decide to conceal it, however long he needs, yet he shouldn't utilize his cash and ubiquity to fulfill his sexual dreams. A ton of youthful abilities simply needed to feature what they can propose without being mishandled, or any such thing. These tales have been going around for quite a long time currently, yet many are as yet reluctant to shout out about it. Some are saying that this could likewise be the justification for why 50 Penny is continuously behaving like Diddy insulted him big time. Yes, he is continuously going after Diddy and saying that he is gay or fruity. Yet this could likewise have something to do with Puff contribution him an arrangement in return for unseemly demonstrations. When you constantly call Puff gay, is that a tactical connections in Hollywood? I don't call him gay. I said let me read it each fifth. Well, sorry, I can never again help you all. I don't have no hamburger. I don't have any idea why assuming he cherishes me, he adores me. I mean, you all can't see it. No, we can't. You all can't see that he cherishes me, yet see you. Truth be told, in the event that these are valid, we comprehend these craftsmen, particularly rappers who are attempting to limit any association with Puff. He is a risky man and somebody that you would have no desire to cross or irritate. See what is befalling James. He is as of now so achieved and renowned, yet he can in any case experience such battles in life. Kevin should say all the more, but since of his feeling of dread toward Diddy, too, he can't spell all the T. Thank you for watching, and remember to buy into our channel, like this video, and snap on the notice underneath to be refreshed at whatever point we have another update. Until next time, stay tuned for more delicious tattle.